Well, you're slowly moving into graduation. We're going to talk about something very powerful today. I'm going to take my favorite mystical people, prophets, Edgar Cayce, Dolores Cannon. We talked about five prophets that I hadn't even heard of, their predictions for 2026 and beyond. And I pulled out Edgar Cayce and Dolores Cannon, who happen to be in alignment with what's really going to happen, that is so much more empowering. I'm going to talk about that. It's happening now, and we're going to discuss exactly what's going to happen in 2026, how humans are going to evolve, what happens in the split earth, and how that translates into 2026. I've got some great stuff for you today. Let's go. We look in the mirror and we see a human. We walk this earth. We're breathing. We're working. We're living in 5D. What if you're not a human being, but an ancient, powerful energy architect who simply forgot how to build? And what if 2026 is the year we collectively start to remember? Well, it is happening. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Now, I did quite a bit of research these last few days because I wanted to take Edgar Cayce and Dolores Cannon. I wanted to find out exactly how they thought the unseen world operates. Who are we? What are we? What happens when we leave here? What do we evolve into? How does that all work? And I got some amazing feedback. Went through all of their readings, and I'm going to share some of it with you today. And I'm going to have a second video, so make sure you subscribe and click that bell so that you get notified. Also, membership is open. Everybody in my membership gets to see these videos first before they go public, and we can converse and chat in there. We're going to start creating communities, and that is going to be the key to this year and beyond. And you can watch all the predictions you want, but the truth is, we're creating it, and I'm going to prove that to you today. So today we're diving into the staggering, consistent revelations from two of the most profound figures in the spiritual exploration, and that's Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, and Dolores Cannon. She was the pioneer of the quantum healing hypnosis technique. I'm a QHHT hypnotist, and I got to tell you, some of the things that my clients said were absolutely shocking about that unseen world. These two had thousands of documented readings and regressions that paint a picture of humanity, our universe, and our true abilities. We're going to talk about those today because you're going to see things happening with yourself and others that are going to astound you. And you are going to realize how much control you have over this whole planet, starting with your life. Some great things await you. I promise you that. It's going to shatter your perception of reality. And it predicts a future starting now that is more incredible than any sci-fi movie. Dolores Cannon's books may pop up here. I also have them in my Amazon library. They are absolutely fascinating. Let's start with Edgar Cayce, who said, "Oh, there are no aliens living on other planets," which really floored me until I went into all of his readings and realized exactly what he said is happening. He stated it clearly: spirit is the life. Mind is the builder, and the physical is the result. We are not humans in a physical world happening to us. We are the creators of that. And the more of us do this, the more we're going to see things change out there. And those predictions that you've heard of gloom and doom, they're out the window. He said, we're gods in the making, all right? The Bible says, ye are all gods. We are one. We're creators. How can we not be if we are one beautiful source? We are the creators and the creation and the experiences of the one force. And it is based on pure love. So why do most of us feel so powerless, so challenged, so unconscious? What is that? What's the purpose of that? So Dolores called this our veil of forgetfulness. When our souls chose to incarnate into these dense bodies, it was a choice. No, there's no prison planet. It may feel that way sometimes, but we did choose it. A veil was placed over our memory. It was intentional. So imagine trying to learn a lesson if you already knew all the answers. You sit down and take a test, or what would be the point, right? It's an experience. And everything you're going through right now, even if it's very, very difficult, is your major opportunity to transcend into something beautiful and never have to experience that again. I promise you that. Now, it isn't that we aren't going to have challenges on planet Earth. We laid the groundwork here. And so we're sorting through it. But as a community, we're going to see triumphs and manifestations that are so beautiful. And there's nothing to fear, okay? Because everything is one. The game of life on Earth, this 3D school, it's designed to be challenging. It's about growth through overcoming perceived limitations. We think we're limited. Therefore, we get the opportunity to break through it. If we came here and knew that we were unlimited, what would be the point, right? So in this 3D state, our most powerful tool is our mind. You're going to learn how to use it. In fact, I want some of you to give that a try today. We're going to talk about that toward the end of this video. We're going to start to put it into practice. Our mind operates with a significant time lag. We think a thought, it takes time, effort, often struggle for it to manifest physically. That's when we lose faith a lot of times. We're like master builders who've forgotten how to read blueprints and are trying to move bricks with our bare hands. We're unaware of our telekinetic powers and our mind power. That is the unseen conscious word. We perceive only the physical result, completely missing the energy that created it. And this is quantum physics. It's not a philosophy. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of our own operating system. So why is there a lag in this future that we're creating? We are the predictions, right? Well, because we are in such a low frequency with fear, with hate, with separation and anger, all these things. If we were to manifest immediately, well, we'd have blown ourselves up by now, right? Because we're not coming from a place of love and higher consciousness. And so we learn our lessons, we become more powerful, we're going to start manifesting some amazing positive things. And of course, there are those who are manifesting negative things, but that is their choice. And the only way that you can change these things that you want to be beautiful and wonderful is not to interfere with their free will, but to demonstrate yours and to love them anyways. Ooh, that's a tough one. So here's the 2026 prediction. Dolores Cannon's New Earth concept. She stated that Earth is currently splitting into two frequencies. So here's what's going to happen. We have the old Earth. This is frequency only, right? It stays in 3D. It's focused on fear, control, unconsciousness, ego, me. I'm going to tell you what to do, what to wear, how to look, what to say. I get people on my channel that do. I'm like, hello, did you get the message? We're all beautiful individuals, and we must respect that if we want to allow ourselves to come back into the oneness. The new Earth, it's already shifting into 5D. Some of you are experiencing that. Again, don't think the challenges go away, but you'll handle them differently. It's where humans regain their original capabilities. This is what you're going to see coming in this year. Some of you may be doing it. So the prediction for 2026, it is the year the veil becomes so thin that even the unconscious will begin to see energy neighbors. I'm going to talk about those neighbors. In fact, I have a second video coming when we're going to go into depth with Edgar Cayce and Cannon's idea of what those neighbors are. You can argue that our amnesia is wearing off and the human experience is moving from the learning phase to the mastery phase. That's what's happening right now. So let's talk about our unseen energy neighbors, life beyond 3D. If we're so limited, are we alone? Of course not. Cayce and Cannon both gave us a resounding answer. Absolutely not. But their vision of other life forms is far grander and more intimate than green men flying in saucers. And of course, we've had that image and we're told to fear that. That's another human control mechanism. We're going to discuss their place in the universe. Cayce, in reading 440-1, was asked if other planets were inhabited by human or animal life. His surprising answer: no, not in the physical 3D way we understand. He revealed that our solar system's planets are teeming with life, but as conscious energy in higher dimensions. So think of them as immense, vibrant energy universities. All right. So the same things are going on. My father has many mansions. We're one mansion. We have floors. You make it to the penthouse. There's another mansion to go to. You learn there, and then you go to another mansion. And that's what that means. My father has many mansions. We're functioning here as a learning school, a university. You go to the penthouse. Where's there to go? There are other places. It continues on. It's not just we think, well, okay, we die and we go off into this space out here. No, there are other experiences like here, but on much higher levels in different forms, unlike ours. Thank goodness they are not in a lower form. Our soul sojourn, as Edgar Cayce calls it, on these planets between Earth lives, each one a different grade in a cosmic school. And you've heard me say this for years. We go to Jupiter. This is so interesting. We go to Jupiter to learn large scale thinking. We're not there as bodies. We're there as energy fields. We go to Venus for lessons in love and beauty. And we are currently the only ones experiencing this specific dense physical curriculum. Thank goodness. Our unseen energy neighbors are simply more advanced students or teachers operating at higher frequencies, and they cannot interfere with us. So Dolores Cannon's subjects, now she hypnotized people, and then of course they would talk about their own past lives and things, and then these beings would come through and give Dolores messages. Dolores never channeled herself. Her subjects consistently described these beings, and they didn't know each other. They were all over the world, had no clue these conversations would go on, and the messages were consistent. They exist, that would be us, any energy, all energy, as pure light frequency, even geometric patterns that can change. They don't struggle with manifestation. Their thoughts are creation. We separate ourselves from that. I'm this and I'm going to manifest that. We're so separate and divided. They already know what their power is, which will be you when the veil comes down. You're going to recognize that. They are ultimate energy architects. We're going into that, capable of creating entire realities through focused intention. And this is why those predictions we talked about in our last video, kaput. Just warnings. They were warnings of what'll happen if we stay in density. That's all it is. Those are density predictions. But Cannon and Cayce, oh, they took it to the next level. Cannon called these energy architects on these higher levels the custodians or gardeners. They've been watching, nurturing, and occasionally nudging humanity, but always respecting our ultimate free will. That's the whole point. If they interfered, then the whole game's over with, right? They are our family, our ancestors, and our guides. We talk about guides, we all have them. That's part of that world also. And it's way more expansive than we can imagine. They're proof of our inherent unlimited powers, simply used at a higher octave. Now, remember, when you're reading the Bible, we have religion, it's coming from human minds trying to put some kind of 3D meaning to these things, and we can't. It's so much more vast, and we will understand and learn that as we go into this new great era that has already begun. So if our neighbors exist as pure energy, what happens to us when we shed this heavy suit we call a body? So Dolores Cannon's book, Between Death and Life, I'm going to try and find that and have it pop up here, meticulously cataloged thousands of consistent reports from people under deep hypnosis about the transition we call death. It is not to be feared. It is totally freeing. Upon exiting the body, the soul's personality is 100% intact. So if you do go to a medium and they are the real deal, be careful. Just because you call on your aunt, Belle, doesn't mean that she has all the answers. She continues on in her journey and goes off to the next university and continues to learn. So I would always call upon a higher, let's say 10th level or higher being for answers. And of course, you're connecting to source. You don't need somebody to predict your future for you. The immediate feeling when you pass over, immense relief, lightness, love. Oh, I've experienced it before, and I didn't die to do it. It's just beyond description. It's like taking off a heavy dirty costume after a long play. And your true form, they reported, is a vibrating ball of light. It's not a ghost, not a spirit hovering, but a pure luminous energy being. Well, we've seen these. A lot of people film these. My student Nikki, she's going to be launching her own channel. I'll announce that soon. It's going to be amazing. She's going to go cross country. We're going to call in orbs. She's going to interview people. And I asked her, I said, well, you have this ability to call in these orbs. What are they? And she says, I don't know. So there's a lot of things you'll experience you may not exactly be able to understand as human beings, but just don't go into fear. Now, a lot of you are going to start to see this. Since everything is energy, some of these orbs will appear to be people that you know. They can also appear in human light forms and anything. They can transition. They don't have this heavy 3D. We will be able to do that too. So here's where it gets really mind-bending. While our core is light, we can project any form we desire through thought alone. Okay? If you want to comfort a loved one while you're over on the other side, outside of the body, you can project the image of your physical body. And that's what happens a lot, so that they know who you are. If you want to appear as you did in a past life, you can do that too. Thought is manifestation. So now we stop associating with being one thing. We realize we've been many things, and we will continue to do that and explore that coming up. Well, actually, right now in the spirit realm, there is no time. Souls go to a resting place to decompress. It's a beautiful. And they visit a vast, great library, a hall of records, the Akashic records. This is where Edgar Cayce gets his information. So it's not one entity, or he's not channeling anybody. He goes into this information, the Akashic records, which, by the way, can change. Every decision you make changes those records. So those aren't in stone. It isn't like this is what's going to happen. If you want to read up on that, we're going to talk more about the Akashic records in videos coming up. So they get to review their entire life, not as judgment. Don't be afraid of this, but as a series of lessons learned, or lessons yet to master. Some of you said, oh my gosh, what do I do? You've done these horrible things. I said, learn from that and be okay here and now. Learn from it and don't beat yourself up. What are you going to do with it? Will you be the teacher, the demonstration of what can be overcome? This is all purposeful. Everything's divine. There are no sins, only experiences for growth. And this is where we reconnect with our innate energy architect capabilities, remembering how to create directly with thought. Death then isn't an ending. It's a return to our true form and our natural unlimited powers. So let's talk about the 2026 prediction, the Great Awakening, and the fifth root race. All right. This brings us to 2026 and beyond. So many Cayce scholars, along with Cannon's own predictions, point to this period as the pivotal moment, the closing of the gate of revelation. Our 3D amnesia is about to expire. Cayce spoke of a new root race, the fifth. I think of it as the fifth dimension, emerging. This is reading 3357-2. This isn't about physical appearance. It's about a biological and energetic upgrade. Our DNA will change. Your body will change. You'll become lighter. You'll have capabilities, not because the body can do it, but the mind, the power that you are, is expanding beyond. I've done this many, many times. And the more you work on this, the more you actually connect with everything around you. You become less of a dense body and more of the consciousness of all things. And it's beautiful and powerful. And this means our human form is literally evolving to better perceive and utilize the higher frequencies of our unseen neighbors, because they're all in there too. They're just waiting for us to catch up. Now, here's the key to our neighbors coming and visiting, whatever alien forms they come in, whatever you think that is. They're only going to show up not because we have disclosure going on Capitol Hill, because when we start behaving like neighbors that can be invited, oh, you don't want a neighbor next to you that behaves badly, right? Well, we have to get to that level, and this is why it's so important for us to work on this. Then things will be open to us, because when we get this technology and all these other things that have happened throughout the centuries, we misuse them. So we have to be responsible citizens. So the earth itself is shifting frequency. This is called the Schumann resonance. You've heard about this before. As this frequency rises, it's thinning the veil, and we're responsible for that. This is forcing us to remember this is our great awakening. We're beginning to match the vibrational output of our energy neighbors, and they know it. And that means you will not see the cataclysmic events going on planet Earth that were predicted before, because we're raising the frequency. And she too goes into a state of calm and peace as we repair her. We got a lot of work to do, peeps. So our prediction for 2026, it's not about aliens landing in ships. It's about disclosure happening within you. As the veil thins, as our frequency rises, you're going to begin to perceive the unseen energy neighbors. Now, don't be afraid of this. These are conscious beings that already exist and are there to help us. And as soon as we recognize them, they will step in by our own free will choice. And we're not going to do this just through telescopes, but through your awakened intuition, your dormant telepathy, your innate healing abilities. You are activating the superpowers of your true energy form, which has simply been dormant during this 3D experiment. All right? It's not torture. We chose it. We're the players. And this is the transition from forgetting to remembering. We will not be able to define the universe and how things work. We don't have to. And if you've read my book, what's the last chapter is called The Knowing. You stop asking questions. You don't need to know anything. We just are. I am that. I am. Nothing else to talk about. And you know your powers. And you don't blame anybody else or look to anybody else for predictions, because you are the conscious creator right now. And that's what you're going to start to open up to. So you have to let all that other stuff go. Those of you who are struggling, right, let it go and say, I deserve the unlimited abundant universe, and I say yes. And then you're going to go through it in peace, not wanting or having to get things, or of course fighting with anybody. Separation, we're done with that. So this isn't fate, this is free will. As Dolores Cannon subjects continually emphasize, the power of one man's mind is powerful, but the power of the group mind is squared. All right, you ready for this? We have to start working as a community. Everything you do, your purchases, your thoughts, your beliefs, everything that you put out there, is it for the best for the whole, for the one, for source? Is this on the level of source? Because that's what you are. Cayce's final wisdom: spirit is the life, mind is the builder, the physical is the result. You don't like what you're seeing out there? Let's change it. And we're doing it right now. You are not a helpless human. You're a powerful, multidimensional being currently experiencing a temporary human dream. It's an experience. What is anger? What is separation? What is sadness? We know what it is now, right? And through that, now we go into a space of total love, because now we know what that is. And it seems unnecessary, but you can't know a sunny day unless you've had some clouds. You're powerful. You're multidimensional. Your unseen energy neighbors are not waiting to save you. They're waiting for you to remember who you are and claim your power, to join them. And I don't mean physically join them, but to join them in consciousness. So 2026 is not the end of the world. In fact, that is the one thing, and we'll talk more about this, that cannot happen. All right? Because that would affect everybody else. Our 3D bad behavior would affect the universe and beyond, all these other schools. And so they will intervene to stop that. That's the one thing that they can step in to do. They're demonstrating that already. There will not be a World War III, as I think Baba Vanga predicted, but I think she was just giving us a warning. So now we recognize that we hold this power, and not through protesting or arguing, but from your living room right here. This is the year we collectively choose to shed the illusion of limitation. It is an illusion. There are no limitations. Even in your 3D form, you have the ability to do miracles, perform miracles. Christ demonstrated that. That's what he came here to do. And we'll step into our true form as energy architects, and we're going to start performing those miracles. The question is, will you choose to remember? Will you choose to build? Because the future isn't happening to you. You're creating it right now with every thought. I'm very excited for the next video, because I'm going to go in depth into exactly what's happening in the other schools, how it affects us, how we interact, and that energy itself, and the predictions of 2026, this gateway that is closing off on consciousness and pushing us to start making decisions. There are those who will say this is not happening. They're going to remain in 3D in fear. And there's the rest of us who know it's already happening, and you can predict any future that you desire. You have to know it. Let's make it happen. So what will you build in 2026? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments and seeing how many of you are really so ready for this. And it helps me if you like this video to like the button, and it lets YouTube know and me know what you want more of. Please subscribe, and you can share this video anywhere. It's time for humanity to remember. I want you to also know that I test and purchase products that are non-toxic, vegan, no plastic, and all of those are posted down in the description, from water filters to hair products, you name it, it's down there, including books by Dolores Cannon and Edgar Cayce. You can click on my Amazon store and get discounts for Bite toothpaste. Toothpaste is toxic. You should not be using anything in tubes. They're going out into our oceans. These are just pellets. They're beautiful. They'll whiten your teeth. There's so many changes you can make right now that don't cost you more money. They're conscious decisions of living in a world that respects this planet and one another and your body. Let's detox this body. It's going to be important. So next video, get ready. We're going to talk about the multidimensional beings, how they operate, what's our relationship to them, what's going to happen in 2026 that's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be a series of events over and over again, but you're going to have to be tuned into it. And I'm going to show you how to go into that space. And seriously, there's nothing you can't change in your life right now. You are in control. No one can infringe on your free will. No one makes you feel a certain way or makes you think anything. You still have control over that. So we can't blame other people. We have to take full responsibility and say, these things have all happened for our benefit, for our experience that we chose. What are you going to do with it? Let's start doing amazing things today. So go down in the description, and those of you who want to join my membership, I'm going in there chatting with you, giving comments. You'll get to see all of my videos before the public does. I'm going to start shooting some live stuff in there. We're going to start meeting. So come on over and join my membership. Let's become a community where we can talk to each other. You can talk to your neighbors in there. It's pretty cool. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.